Hello, my beautifuls. Welcome to 1111, everybody's favorite true crime voice on the YouTube street. What would drive a child to run out of the house in the middle of the night without taking anything? Today is going to be a theory-based, hypothetical, may or may not have happened kind of day. So this is all hearsay. We're going to just try to use some information that we think we know and see what kind of spaghetti sticks to the wall. So when we're creating these theories, I want us to seriously walk through them to see if they can hold water. And if they can't, we move on. Now, by no means am I insinuating that anybody has done anything wrong, nor are they guilty. We got to put a stake in the muddy ground. And we've got to come up with this in a way that makes sense. So I have read a lot of wonderful theories out there. I say wonderful because they're like, he's alive. And to me, that's wonderful. Unfortunately, I already have information that I can't go anywhere with that theory because, like, for instance, an example. There are those that really want to believe that Sebastian got up and left the house on his own and ran away. And my problem with that, and a few others agree with me, including Seth, is we find that very hard to swallow when the scent dogs did not pick up Sebastian's scent outside the house. Nope. Nothing. Then I have beautiful commenters that are like, okay, so he was sleeping in his bed and they're expressing, what they feel may have been his demise in his bed, because she heard a thud. And I'm like, yeah, but cadaver dogs were all over that house and in his room. That's been verified. That's been affirmed by both parents. Well, all three, including real dad. So I'm like, okay, I can't go there. So I'm like, okay, if this kid didn't meet his demise in his bed and this kid didn't run out the door, what other theory is there? And then I hear the theories, somebody put him in the car and the car left the house. And I'm like, okay, now we're talking. Because he would be alive. So, his scent would be all over the house. But his scent wouldn't be on the outside of the house. But the question is that I have, and I believe a lot of you have, is this. When was the last time that Sebastian really left the house in a car from the garage? Was it right before whatever, the outing that led them to Texas Roadhouse restaurant in Tennessee? Was that when? And that was it. And so at this point, that has been validated and verified as the last proof of life of this child. And until I hear otherwise, I'm like, don't see that kid coming home, because if he came home, wouldn't the dogs track him up to the door? But they didn't. They did not. When you say the dogs didn't get a scent outside the house, wouldn't the dogs get a scent going into the house? Because he would have had to arrive. But they don't. Now I'm like, okay, we have limited time. Very limited time. And we could see this as an accident. But then that opens up a can of worms that you have a few minutes before your car needs to be home with a child, and your child can't be there, and you have an accident in the car, and those dogs have been in her vehicles, allegedly. And nothing. Okay. Now, I'm not 100% sure on that one, if the dogs have been through the vehicles, but I'm just saying allegedly. So in this theory. But as you know, I've said, could there have been a handoff? Sebastian, can you go get in that person's vehicle? But then I was like, what would be the motive? Stepdad talks to real dad and has it all arranged, right? The Sebastian's going to go live with real dad. Real dad starts setting up doctor's appointments, getting the kid enrolled in school, and getting his life ready. He's so excited to receive the child. Okay, are you following me? So there's a transition appearing to happen, as if there's already a plan in action. So then why would Sebastian go missing now if it was foul play? What would the timing be? We have a step-parent that has multiple ex-wives. And one ex-wife came on and shared her life story from her perspective. And if you haven't seen it, I don't know if you can handle it. It's rough. She cried most of the time, as did I. It angered me to look at this person that's proudly sitting up there talking about how to make your children clean their rooms. Here's a corporal punishment version that'll guarantee you that room will be clean. Yes, sir. Whatever, right? Maybe Sebastian would have been a witness for the ex-wife's side against the stepdad, because we are starting to hear more and more come out about what really happened inside Sebastian's stepdad and mother's home. And would that not be a very big royal flush to lay down and secure that you have custody of your daughter as a mother? Because this is your ace in the hole, and your ace in the hole just went missing. Let's talk about step grandparents who have thrown themselves into the mix. Let's talk about them at the home while the mother and stepfather were out in an RV somewhere giving an interview with, I believe, Nancy Grace, right? JLR trying to get information, boots on the ground, looking for Sebastian, driving around trying to figure out where this kid could have ran to, if that's the case, and all this. All of a sudden, allegedly, the grandparents, step-grandparents, are tracking him, following him. And he's not the only one. There's other people that have channels. I'm not going to name them, but they have seen this vehicle as well. Follow them. And then, now, today, we have a rally to bring awareness about Sebastian Rogers. Some people showed up with their, they wanted to, really express their creativeness. And they had Repent, Chris on their sign. And then allegedly there was a guy that brandished a gun. Anyway, the cops showed up. I don't know what is rumor and what is truth, but all hell broke loose at the rally, allegedly. I was thinking about this transfer that probably would have to happen after this Texas Roadhouse. And I'm like, that would be the quickest answer, because then the mother could hightail it home. And because there's no electronical proof, there's no digital proof, it all leaves her in the clear of not knowing what the hell happened to her son. She handed him off like she was told as part of the plan. And it wouldn't be, well, wait a minute, this theory doesn't work, because why wouldn't she just wait a couple weeks if she was sick of him and let the real dad have him? Because he would be the star witness. What else was Sebastian maybe going to reveal? We're hearing a lot of talk about SA. A lot of talk about SA. Was there SA going on in the home, and that be the motive? Was SA happening in the home? And is that maybe why he didn't want Sebastian around his daughter, Is that maybe why Sebastian is still wearing pull-ups? Is SA going on in that home? And is that why the star witness disappeared? Because he might come out with it in court. Remember, I gave you an update on what the father's said that the medication was, and I expressed to you that there is a level that will keep you sedated for, 12 hours straight. Okay? Anyway, this could have been, let's drop off a package along the way. Are you feeling me? This is not any specific person. Here's a way to say it. Narcissist, a true narcissist will absolutely accuse you of what they are guilty of. A true narcissist will accuse others of what they themselves have done. Separate statement. I'm not drawing any conclusion. Completely different matter. Over here on this note, real dad has stated stepdad told his mother something where he called Sebastian a pedo. So stepdad accused Sebastian of being a pedo. Why is Sebastian missing? It's keeping me from doing my life right now. I had to just give up and surrender to the fact that my head can't get around this. The fact that this man believes in corporal punishment. I'm thinking of Elijah Bew. I'm thinking of Don Wells, where they don't know where their kid is, but they don't make any effing sense. Nothing makes sense. The dogs aren't picking up nothing. I'm thinking of all kinds of stuff. And then I'm thinking, with all that, the mother still would have to make it in less than approximately a half-hour home. All she's got time for is a handoff. And, by the way, I just want to throw this out there. We had an Uber in the area. Oh, that's right. Augustina brings this up. That Uber did not have a license plate, you guys.